Welcome to my channel. So this video is a suggestion, not something that has to happen, but just a suggestion for Sean Overton with the Dust Ups channel on YouTube and Facebook. For anybody who wants to know, I actually wrote this out, so it's not like I'm just guessing out of my head. There's some very inexpensive things that can be done. And this is just a list of 6 of them for the Dust Ups Ranch in Texas that would assist in his success at very low cost. My number one on here is to create a bird perch. And that's for raptors. And the bird perch should be 15 to 20 feet tall and have a T on top. So it should be either a stick in the ground or a metal post in the ground, 15 to 20 feet tall with a T on the top so the raptors can grab on to the T and feel fairly secure and be able to look down at moles and voles and mice and rodents and rabbits and things and then swoop down and catch them and eat them. In doing so, you're going to attract predators. In attracting predators, you're also going to bring their manures onto your property, and you'll keep the area that you're planting new trees in from having the trees predated on by mice and desert rats and things like that. It will help. It won't protect them all, but you won't have 100% losses because of herbivore predation on your young trees. Number 2 on my list is deep mulch pits. Now, I know you don't have a lot of organic material on site, but eventually you're going to start trimming some of that material away and making other ditches and swales, and you're going to bring in trash and things. And so the suggestion of a deep mulch pit, and we're talking deep, we're talking a 6-foot radius pit that's 6 feet deep. That's a pretty big pit. And you build these as is needed. As you fill one with organic plant and organic waste, you build as many as you can as long as you can fill them. You don't just build 20 of them and hope and pray that organic matter falls in. The thing is 6 feet radius by 6 feet deep. I mean, it's huge. So we don't want humans or anybody else falling in it either. So as it gets built, it has to be able to be filled. Now, maybe easier said than done. Number 3 on my list is one that's extremely simple and cost effective. A little bit more expensive than the others. But that's growing a nursery of your own choosing at your own house. So that way, if you can't grow a nursery on site, you can start a nursery at your home in Texas, and you can have selected trees and bushes and shrubs that you want to grow out in your zone, and you can make little trays that are 11 inches wide by 21 inches long and a couple inches deep, and you could carry 2 or 3 of those trays a trip, which could have between 14 and 50 plants in each tray, and that would give you a start on your trees and plants being brought in, and that would be very low cost. If it got big enough, you could actually turn around and sell the trees and make a profit and actually supplement your income. Because if you can grow a plant to, say, a $5 size, right? 4-inch pot, $5 size, and you can sell 500 of them, that's $2,500 in one sales set. So it could be supplemental income to help offset the cost of having this material and equipment and things, as well as getting your trees paid for by your customers as well as paying for some of the maintenance and costs of gas and fuel for the Dust Ups Ranch. Okay, just a suggestion. When you choose, because I know you're going to, when you choose to plant trees, first use the gullies and the ravines to the best of your ability to plant trees. That's where the water's at, obviously. When you go up onto slope and you want to start planting in your bathtubs and your swales, plant on the north-facing side predominantly. And the reason for this is that it reduces sun exposure on the tree and reduces the water loss to the tree, and the tree will be more likely to survive and take on the north-facing side versus the south-facing side. If you plant the trees on the south-facing side, you have to actually erect shade for each tree to make sure they're not being nailed by the sun. Now, on the north-facing side, you may still have to erect wind buffers to slow down wind or change the direction of the wind so the wind is not stripping the moisture out of the tree. That's a totally different video we'll talk about another day. Number 5 on my list is to bring in other cactuses that you want on site. You were going to do agave, and that was great. I think you should still do your agave. I think that'd be a wonderful addition. Again, you can start the agave at your house, in the backyard of your house. And you can start any other cactus, or any other fruit, or desert peaches, or desert plums, or anything else that you can think of that would go in the desert. You can start at your house and bring them in. And number 6 on my list, and this will finish the list for today, is use the shade of the existing structures to grow within. So if you have a structure, and this side's the sun side and this side's the shade side, you're growing over here in the shade. You're just blocking the dominance of the sun. It's not going to stop the plant from getting sunlight. It's going to stop the intensity of the light from cooking the plant. So that's some good stuff. Hope to see your next video. Sean Overton doing a great job in Central Texas at the dustupsranch.com. Have a great day.